you most likely know our next guest from his time in the Boys Night Out radio show. And you may even have attended one or two of his events because since he left radio, he's become one of the country's most in-demand event hosts. Sam YG joins us in our hangout. Beautiful day, Sam!
Beautiful
Welcome
day,
to the
Ann.
hangout. Welcome to Beautiful Day.
Beautiful day, Pao and Ann. Good to see you guys early in the morning. No,
Sanay ka ba gumising this early?
You know, surprisingly, I used to do the morning show at one point.
Yes,
I was
yes.
still on radio
Right,
at
right,
99.5. So I know the 4 a.m. alarm,
Yeah.
snooze for 3 times,
Yes.
and then you finally have to wake up at 4:30. So props to you guys for getting this through. Especially I've seen Pao grow.
Yeah.
You know, from the time he was, still a junior jock at that time with another station.
Yeah.
And now, this guy's anchoring a morning show. Congratulations.
Thank you. Really appreciate that. Siyempre, you're a big part of my success.
Yeah, kasi Boys Night Out, I remember you telling Tony that you...
I was one of the researchers
yeah.
before.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Correct.
I interned with them before. But of course, it feels like a wild ride. Kasi we had Tony on just
Yeah.
a few days ago.
Last week.
Were you
rather.
guys censored when he was on?
When he was...
Di naman.
buti naman.
Buti
yung
naman,
mukha lang niya ng
yes,
slide
yes.
minsan.
Okay,
Oo.
okay.
Pero when we take a look at the fact that, okay, it's been around, 2 years? Since you left, give or take?
Yes.
I mean, that
a year
was
and 8 months,
that
right?
was a huge part of your life. Like, how
Yeah.
difficult was it moving away from that?
I was on radio for 17 years. And that was, I wouldn't say a stepping stone because I was still in college when I joined radio. No?
Yeah.
And it paved my way to, doing TV, all the live hosting gigs, even businesses for that matter, getting into different ventures and whatnot. So it's definitely, it's been a big part of my life. And yun nga, even when you go out, Boys Night Out will always be there. I could leave Boys Night Out, but Boys Night Out could not leave me. Kasi when people, you're
Yeah.
from Boys Night
Oh,
Out.
yeah.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
picture. So it's always going to be there. And I think although it was hard, I don't want to get too dramatic, no? But it was one of the hardest decisions I've made in my life.
People were talking about it like crazy when you left.
Yeah.
Feeling ko, Eraserheads ako.
Grabe!
Wait, nag-release ka ng statement. Diba?
So yeah, that was tough because I was caught in this crossroads or a cross point in life where I wanted to do more. I wanted to do something else, but I realized that if you want to do something else, something's got to go.
Right.
Hindi
Yeah.
pwedeng take and take. You want to do all these things, pero wala ng space. So you have to create space if you want to do bigger things, you want to do better things, you want to do other things. You have to have space for that. Hindi pwedeng punong-puno ka, tapos gusto ko rin gawin to. You're just gonna, head to a burnout or head
Right.
for a burnout if that's the
Right.
case.
So you started as a junior jock
Yes.
at Magic, 2003, if I'm not mistaken.
2003, tama. That's when I was...
2003. Nag-isip siya, no? Yeah.
Oo, tama si
Kasi I was on
Tony.
okay.
Inuutusan ako maglagay ng commercials. That was my job.
Oh!
Okay, so si Tony dati yung boss mo.
Revealing Tony's age. Sige, go. Well, where did the YG come from?
Okay. On radio, I think Pa would know this
Yeah.
also. No? On radio kasi, you're not allowed to have your radio name. So the story about that is, when you join radio, they're gonna put a little bond paper on the door of the studio, and all the seniors will write their name suggestions. So while
okay.
they were like Sam the Sausage, Sam this, Sam that, Sam Boy Lim, whatever. But while wala pa na decide na name,
Okay.
they used to call me Sam the Young Guy because I was the youngest.
Okay.
Okay, so that's where the YG,
YG
came
came
from.
from.
So it's Sam YG because Sam the Young Guy.
Yeah.
Pero, did you have one, Ann?
Ann. I was just called
You were just Ann, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So wave ganun naman eh. Kung what's your name? Oh, yun na yun.
Pagtatama rin sila, yun ang ending mo.
Oo,
yun ang
yeah.
name mo, di ba? Wala sila
Kasi
maisip.
yun naman ang names namin, di ba?
correct.
That's
Ann,
true.
Pam, and everyone.
Hindi, pero dati uso yung mga, di ba? Like, si Slick Rick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Parang,
Yes.
Diba,
Yeah.
whatever, the Terminator, whatever.
And you were also known as Shivaker.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
di ba?
I think that was a big break for me, when I started doing Shivaker, like the Indian character.
Yeah.
I was doing the night show. I was giving love advice to everybody. Everybody was like, "Who is this Indian guy on radio I'm hearing?"
Yeah.
And the beauty about radio at that time, diba? Wala pa tayong cameras.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Radio was like the theater of the mind.
Uh-huh.
So you're driving in your car and like, who's this Indian guy? With an Indian accent talking. They didn't know it was me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was interesting. Then Eat Bulaga came along. Of course, that was a big TV break for me.
Yeah.
I was there for about 6-7 years on and off. And yeah, I also paved, learning from some of the best in hosting, Tito Vic and Joey. Paved my way to, where I am today.
No, it's fantastic kasi syempre, I know that when you left radio, that's when you really dove into hosting, right? But
Yeah.
then it's nice to see that yung background mo was actually being built even prior to that. Let's move on to yung mga hosting gigs mo because like we mentioned a while ago, your bookings have been stretched, I think, 3 years forward already.
I told you,
Yeah, 3 years
not
forward.
months.
Pero hindi naman fully booked. So guys,
Oo.
habulin nyo pa siya.
Oh, pwede pa.
Oo.
I think this would go mostly for weddings.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
normally people plan their weddings way in advance. So yes, there are bookings. I think as far as 2029,
Wow, okay.
two events that are already booked. 2026 is practically 3/4 full with the weddings. 2027 is also pretty much, there are a lot of bookings coming in. So yeah, 2-3 years in advance, people start booking because they plan their special days. When it comes to weddings, it is something that they plan ahead of time kasi nagkakaubos na ng suppliers eh.
Yeah.
There are only, a certain number of hosts who probably would do weddings. So they want to make sure that they lock that out as early as possible so they get the supplier they want. So, yun nga. I mean, it's interesting and also it's tricky kasi I always say pag mga 3 years away pa, sabi ko, I'll host your event, your wedding, basta buhay pa ako.
Yes.
Tsaka hindi kayo mag-break.
Yes.
Make sure hindi kayo mag-break.
Oh, yeah.
Oo.
Yeah. Kasi baka biglang mag-attend ng Coldplay concert, di ba?
Oo.
Tapos
Aba.
biglang...
Aba.
Diba?
Oo.
But for corporate gigs, they come in like 3 to 4 months in advance. That's when they start planning their gigs. What's interesting that I've seen, and what's more interesting for me is the international bookings that I've been getting the past few years, couple of years. So,
Wedding stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
So I've been flying to Europe, to the US. I'll be in. I just came from this year was Turkey, and then I'll be flying to Bangkok in a few days. So there are a lot of international weddings and events that are happening, and I think it's high time that Pinoy hosts get to showcase that we're not just hosting in the Philippines, we're world-class hosts.
Yeah.
So I think
Spread your wings. Yeah.
correct. Not just for me. I think I hopefully most Filipino hosts get to experience that. Na
Right.
ang Pinoy, we speak English very well, we adapt very well, and we are definitely not just local hosts but world-class hosts.
Yeah.
So you host weddings, you host corporate events. What do you enjoy the most?
That's a good
At
question.
saka paano ka nag-shift, no? Parang from wedding and then biglang corporate.
I think the shifting process happened, or I learned that during Boys Night Out.
Okay.
Kasi at that time, I was doing Eat Bulaga during the afternoon,
Yeah.
which was super Tagalog.
Yeah.
And then at night, you have to do a super English show. So your brain during the day goes through a, through a little...
Yeah.
Jump through hoops.
goes
Oo.
through hoops. I think for me, in regards to the event, whether it's corporate or a wedding, one thing that when it comes to hosting is really knowing your audience.
Okay.
Studying your audience. Is it, let's say, an English-speaking audience? Are there more foreigners in the crowd? Then you adjust your jokes, you adjust your material based on the crowd you're dealing with. So this also goes like, may mga nun, as you can see. No?
Si sister.
Oo, nagka 10,000 points ako sa langit yan, nung araw na yan. Oh. Si Lord mismo nag-text sa akin, may VIP table ka na dito. Oh, siya na mismo nag-message. No?
Si Lord mismo yung nag-book sa'yo.
Oo, siya na nag-book sa akin.
Oo.
So, I mean, when you look at the crowd, I try to come as early as I can. Study how they talk, the lingo,
Yeah.
even if it's a corporate event, and that's how I maneuver through the event.
Yeah. Yeah, kasi it's such a weird thing, crowds minsan because you can actually find a way to describe them as a collective, right? And then you have to be able to talk to that group as a collective and not just like any specific person. But when you take a look at the fact that napaka-personal kasi yung mga weddings, diba?
Yes.
Napaka-personal mga weddings, and then it feels that you could just follow a formula, pero it doesn't feel like you do that necessarily. It feels like you actually find a way to tailor make it. Paano yung proseso na yun? Considering that every couple feels different. Every wedding feels different from time to time.
That's a good question. No, a lot of people ask me that as well. I think the secret to that, I really meet with the couples before the wedding. I get the vibe.
Yeah.
I get like, are these medyo, 30s? What do they like? How they meet? I get the love story also.
Yeah.
So I can tailor fit the program to what they like. I always tell them, especially for weddings, this is a collaborative effort.
Yeah.
I want your personality to come out in the program, in the wedding. It's not just na I'm your host tapos bahala na.
Right.
Diba, bahala na ako. Gusto ko, when people leave the venue, they would remember, ito yung wedding ni Pao. Parang you leave your signature there na, it was such a fun wedding. You probably attended 100 weddings, but you would remember Pao's wedding. And that's my goal for every couple. And to achieve that, it comes with meeting with the couple, getting the vibe, understanding what they like, what they're into. Because more often than not, their guests would be, and friends would be into the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's really there's a lot of homework that goes into it.
Speaking of weddings, si Sam YG, of course, is a married man.
I have a new wife. Galit ka naman sa joke lang yan. Galit ka naman sa akin.
Baka after this, you'll need a new
Sinama mo
one.
si Esa.
Nako. Well, yeah, I've gotten married. We're 3 years married now.
Okay.
So there was also adjustments.
When you got married, nasa boys' night out ka pa.
Yes.
Diba? So,
Ba't mo tinignan ng tubig mo? Ito na ba yung hard-hitting question?
at this point, kailangan mo na ng
kailangan mo na
tubig.
to.
So you were still with boys' night out. So,
Correct.
medyo kailangan mag-adjust ng konti, right?
That is, yes and no.
Like medyo filtered ba? Or...
Well, there's that unwritten rule of respect kasi.
Right, yeah.
You don't have to tell a person, wag ka na mag-joke ng ganito, ha?
Yeah,
Hindi ka na pwede mag-joke ng ganito. Because you, as also, being in the comedy scene, being, I guess that's my medyo strength at host, medyo mas on the funnier side.
Yeah.
Is you don't want to, take away the craft.
Yeah.
There are gonna be challenges here and there, like, let's say you're also hosting something na no political jokes. Ganyan. You have to adjust to and still do your thing without political jokes. So my SN never told me, bawal ka na
Yeah.
mag-taco Tuesday or whatever, mag-interview ng mga girls or mag-joke ng ganito. Ano na lang siya, it's you adjust out of respect to your partner. You know what to say, what not to say. Parang hindi ka naniniwala sa akin.
Hindi.
Si Paolo ka ganun.
Hindi, he's taking advice from you.
Taking ako.
Kasi you really know, you should know where to draw the line.
Yeah.
Kasi, diba? Right.
I mean,
The line is invisible and it's so weird to talk about, ito pwede mo i-joke, ito bawal mo i-joke. You can't do that.
No, I agree. Kasi Boys Night Out in particular, when it started, bachelor show siya eh. Diba? And then two of the hosts got married. You and Slick got married. Not to each other, but you and Slick got married. Pero
not to say Tony is hopeless, we're not saying
Yeah.
that.
No, of course
May
not.
chance yan.
Yes,
May chance.
oo.
I think it's safe to say nga we're all hoping eh.
May chance yan.
We're all crossing our fingers for Tones. But has married life changed your perspective on things, both on and off the mic?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say that because now you have to consider your like I said, we're a lot of adjustments. You have to consider your partner whenever you say something, whenever you have to do something.
Because
Ano ba yan, Tony?
it's great.
Oh my
Ay, ano
God.
pala, tingnan mo naman yan.
No, pero alam mo, look, these are the wholesome content that Sam has now. But there was a time talaga na
Yes.
talagang hard-hitting. Like this photo that we're gonna bring out right now na
Oh my gosh.
talagang, wait lang, check natin kung nandun
Kinakabahan
na.
ako sa photo na.
Oo. No, dapat lang. Kasi ako rin kinakabahan kung baka mapalitan yung rating natin dito eh. Ayun, no?
Oo.
I mean, like, back in the day,
Teka na, medyo safe pa yan.
medyo safe, but
Oo.
kasi naka-blur si
Si
Tony.
Tony.
Kasi yung apples nag-sold out eh. Pagkatapos nito, lumakas yung sales ng buko. Tsaka ng apple dahil dito. Tumaas yung ekonomiya ng Pilipinas dahil dyan eh. No? No, but seriously, this was a shoot for using Cosmo Bachelor Bash.
Yes, during that time.
Diba?
Yeah,
Diba?
yeah.
Naglalakad kayo, model, abs was live. So we did the shoot. I remember parang limang bar ng Anchor butter yata spread sa katawan ko. Para ma-achieve tong kintab-kintab na to, no? So yeah, there are things, going back, there are things that you have to adjust kasi you have to keep your partner in mind.
Yes,
It's
of
just mutual
course.
respect for
Right.
the partner, honoring the relationship.
Yeah.
Makasalita, kala mo no?
No. I mean, like, I think it's true simply because, especially sa industriya natin, you're always typically paired or partnered with someone na
Yeah.
relatively attractive also. I mean, like, kaya, syempre, and some people might say stuff online, and syempre, it's the security that you have to give them.
Ayun, I think that's a good
Oo.
point too. So, sorry to cut that.
Go
but
ahead.
You have to make sure you have to make your partner feel extra secure. Kasi
Yeah.
based on what Pao just said.
Yeah, based from experience, yung sinasabi. But anyway,
Tama.
when you take a look at the fact that a lot of people now look up to you. I mean, like, to be fair, when I was in college, I did look up to you when I was actually working alongside you, as one of your interns. And then right now, there are now a new set of hosts, a new set of media people who are evolving the landscape. Because you evolved, eh. You went from radio, TV, to hosting, and then being something on social media as well in a different way than you were before. When you look now at the younger generation, are there any ones in particular? Are there any people in particular that you look at like, uy, grabe yung potential nito ah?
There are actually a lot. One thing about the hosting scene is, I think I can speak for all of us here as hosts, whether you're on TV, on radio, is that it's a different art form. And not too many people, for some reason, would take this path. It is a special art, a special gift. But yes, I just had my master class last weekend.
Yes, congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. So I had a few of the up and coming hosts attend, and I had a whole module we had a group with Paolo Valenciano, Nico Faustino, the guys who Go Live Asia. There was a module about live event hosting, and I think it's parang one thing that's very important to keep yourself in the industry, especially in this industry, is innovation. You have to, hindi ka pwedeng, okay na ako, I'm good now, I'm gonna relax. I'm already the best, I'm not gonna do anything else. No, you have to innovate because there are of course new things that come about. Now there's social media. When we started, walang social media.
Yeah.
You have to adapt to all these things and find your way to make yourself also authentic yet relevant.
Yeah.
So it takes effort. It takes effort to, diba? Hindi ko na alam ginagawa ko dyan, no?
Yan, authentic yan and relevant.
They're very, very authentic, actually.
Even like now, podcasts are there, so I also have a podcast.
You have a podcast,
Yes.
yeah.
So it's really innovating, and that's one thing that a lot of artists probably have a hard time with, no? Or they get stuck at a certain point. But you always have to look out, what's next for me? How do I see myself, my career in 3 years, 5 years? Where do I want to take it? And then you plan how you take it there. So that's one thing also that my wife helps me with.
Yeah.
She's very good with planning a business. So sabi niya, your hosting career, it's not just a career. You have to look at it as a business. No?
Yeah.
Where do you want to take it? Diba? What is the mission? What is the vision for this? And that includes passing also your knowledge, paying it forward, because the industry has been so good to me. Paying it forward to the next generation. Hindi na pwedeng puro ikaw lang.
Right.
Diba? So we have like the likes of Justin Quirino, who are great, great hosts. There are a lot in the scene right now. So for me, hosting is going to be there. It's going to stay. And it would be great to train and to, learn also, mutually learn from some of the up and coming hosts.
You said that Filipino hosts, it's high time for Filipino hosts to be out there as well internationally, right? Ano sa tingin mo yung X factor ng mga Filipino hosts? What makes us so different from other hosts, other nationalities?
May theory ako, I want to hear
go.
some. Yung theory ko kasi malambot ang dila natin mga Pinoy.
Oo eh.
It's the fact that nakaka-adapt yung accent natin depending on where you go.
That is true. Like everybody would say, pag Pinoy singer, diba?
Yeah.
You can bring them anywhere. That's why the Pinoy singers and performers, they're global.
Yeah.
Diba? Pero yung hosting, at one point, I think we are also there. It's just a matter of, people discovering that our talent, the host's talent, that grabe, malambot nga yung dila. These guys can speak English, Tagalog, and our accent is not matigas, hindi hard.
Yeah.
So wherever we go, like whenever I host, even in, let's say in the US or in Europe or even in Asian countries, they're like, oh, I understand everything you're saying.
Yeah.
It's not hard. You're not hard to understand. Like, I totally get all the jokes, everything you're saying, and I think that's one strength of Pinoy hosts. That minsan kasi there are accents na medyo, ito, Indian accent na lang. Para wala tayo, para safe din ako. Diba? Okay, para safe din ako. Indian accent. Minsan medyo, I was just in India a few days ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
And every time the Grab driver would tell me something, I was like, what did you say? Kasi English din, pero medyo you don't understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
Unlike Pinoys, we understand each other and we can make a way and find a way to make sure that everybody understands the program.
I mean, it's just fantastic. Just taking a look at yung journey nyo. But then, of course, you mentioned that you have projects like all the way, gigs out all the way for 3 years moving forward. But then, apart from hosting, do you have anything else in the pipeline, or are you now just focused on yung hosting gigs mo?
As of now, I also do I've been dabbling into real estate since I was 14 years old. So there have been a few projects that I've been, working on. My wife is also working on a couple of projects na magagalit sa akin pag sabihin ko. Basta, she loves our dog so much, si Chili.
Okay.
So she's working on a couple of things that's around that industry. So those two things are exciting, and hopefully, things where we can work on in the next couple of years.
It's fantastic kasi syempre we always wanted Sam here.
Yeah.
We had Tony here. Si Slick na lang kulang.
Si Slick na lang, yeah. I was doing some research on Sam, and then nalaman ko na you initially wanted to be a lawyer pala.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was my goal.
So if you weren't in media, do you think this would be the career path for you?
For sure. For sure. Kasi high school pa lang, dream ko na yan eh.
Okay.
I wanted to be like one of the first Indian lawyers in the Philippines. Not to service Indians particularly, no. Pero, pero I thought it would be fun. So I did my pre-law in Ateneo also.
Okay.
Finished legal management. Then I told myself I'll take a 1-year break and then I'll go to law school.
Yeah.
So I did that, but that's when, Boys Night Out came in.
Yeah.
Everything
That's when
started-
life happened.
Okay.
Life happened, and
Okay.
then you slowly realize that sometimes even if this is what you thought that the direction you wanted, you find fulfillment in something else, and then you realize that's your calling.
Yeah, it's just fantastic kasi I have a feeling, even if he was a lawyer, we'd be interviewing him until now. Pero about yung anonymous flood control
Oo,
projects,
eh.
yung mga
Yeah.
ghost
Kala
projects.
ko yung mga nepo.
Pwede rin, either.
Ini-imagine kasi Tony, I see Sam in the courtroom eh.
Oo.
Like,
May comedy na konti.
May comedy ng konti,
right?
pero
Yeah.
seryoso.
Oo.
Actually, my professors, I see them once in a while when I host events.
Okay.
My law professors, they tell me the same thing. Alam mo, sayang. But if you still wanna do it, just do
Go
it.
ahead,
Oh,
yeah.
Go
It's
mo
not
pa
too
rin
late.
yan. It's not too late.
It's not too late. Sam, it's been a pleasure as always.
Thank you so
But
much
right
again.
now, we normally wrap things up with a certain question, and take it away.
Yes, our show is called Beautiful Day. So, Sam, what makes your day beautiful?
What makes my day beautiful is waking up to my beautiful wife. No, I believe that how you start your day would really set the tone of to how the day would go.
That's true.
One thing I'm trying to practice now, I'm still not so good at it, trying to get there, is not looking at my phone for the first 30 minutes to an hour of the day.
Oh.
And having it for myself.
Do you
Yeah,
cook her
yeah.
breakfast?
Again.
Do you cook her breakfast?
No, she cooks for me, so baliktad.
Try mo.
Ayun yun.
Do you know how to cook though?
Hindi.
Oh, hindi siya marunong magluto.
Baka
But you can...
curry agad ang breakfast.
Curry breakfast ka.
Curry tsaka kebab ang maging breakfast niya eh. Shawarma for breakfast.
Ayun.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
your
guys.
time.
Thanks, Ann.
Sam
Thanks,
YG, ladies and gentlemen, event host and radio icon. Thank you for joining Beautiful Day today.
Good morning.
Thank you so much, Sam.